Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. We are back here in another episode of Minecolonies. My name is Rev Arco, and I don't know, that's it. I really need to come up with a better intro, I think. But we're here. We're actually going to be doing upgrades today. Upgrades are on the name of the game, mostly because we have a lot of buildings. And I was thinking about it, since I've, for whatever reason, tasked myself with this weird challenge of every episode, like doubling however many buildings we did before. And I'm absolutely 100% going to count upgrading buildings as part of that total. So let's go ahead and run on over to our builder's hut and kind of look at what upgrading actually looks like, since we have this whole pseudo how to play Minecolonies going on. And I figured that's a good next step. Also because in order to get to some of the other buildings, I have to actually upgrade this and start like progressing through. So, alright. Over here on the side, we have our builder's hut, we got our tavern, we have the forester and stuff. Oh, look at him, he's going away. I'll have to make some more axes for that, man. But, so upgrading in Minecolonies is how we're going to go about progressing things that allows our colonists to have access to better tools. And in the case of the builder, as well as like the forester and the miner, they'll be able to do their jobs that much faster. So if we come over here and we right click on the Minecolonies block, we will get access to seeing, these build options right here. And if we hit upgrade, this is what it's going to be looking like for like the overall requirements. Usually from level 0 to level 1, it's honestly not that much of material cost, and we're probably going to see that be the same across. However, if we were to look at it from before, the builder's hut is going to be one of the big moments of, one, all of the buildings inside of our colony can't get higher than whatever the highest level builder's hut we have is. So right now, our builder's hut is the base level, which means anytime we put a new building in, it can only be as high as the base level. If I want to get my courier's hut to level 2 or whatever, the builder's hut has to be level 2. So that's one of the big reasons why this is going to be upgraded today here first. Also, a lot of it, and we're not seeing it here with this particular upgrade, but we'll most likely see it after it upgrades to this next level, is it'll tie it to overall Minecraft progression. So going to the nether and getting nether materials, going to ocean monuments and getting stuff from there, all the way till probably from level 4 into level 5, the max level being something to do with the end. Probably beating the end dragon, or just farming some sort of like shulker boxes or shells or something to that effect past the end dragon. So let's see. I'm thinking we're for sure, how many do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6 buildings, I think. No, wait, no. 7? Not including 7 buildings, not including guard towers. So if I make an 8th building, let's go ahead, let's pop open this here builder's wand real quick so we can kind of get an idea here, because I would like to do 8 and then upgrade them all, not including, of course, the guard towers and stuff. Those will just kind of happen, but like I would like to do 8 base. So builder's hut, obvious. Restaurant, yes. Forester's hut, yes. Mine, yes. A tavern, yes. The town hall, yeah. So that's like 6 right there. Yeah, I have 8. Yeah, okay. So yeah, okay. We do have 8. Cool. I didn't math count right because we have the courier set in the warehouse. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8. So we'll upgrade those 8. That'll be nice. And then all of the guard towers, as well as placing more guard towers so that we can fully encompass this island so that we can build residences up on top. Yeah. All right, cool. That's that's the plan. That's the plan. So, oh man, that's certainly going to be a thing. But I'm going to, I think, try to not only upgrade these buildings from, what is it technically right now? Hut 1, is it, where do we have? Does it actually say what level it is? It is not. I think they're technically go down to like level 0 to go to level 1, so we're going to do that. We're going to get all of them to level 1, and I think actually I will try to do level 3, because holistically, getting, or not to level 3, to level 2, because holistically, when we have them at a higher level, the colonists work faster and have better tools, and that's something that'll certainly come in handy, especially with like the miner over here. Being able to mine much more efficiently down here in this hole will go so hard, right? Because the miner over here having better tools to be able to dig will make their job much easier. The forester will make their job much easier. The builder will be able to just build faster, which, oh my lord, that's going to be so much nicer for me, especially from a time-lapse point of view. The courier runs faster, I think, actually. Hold on, let's this is a really good point of what to do if you have a question in Minecolonies. If you have something that like you're not sure how it works, or you want to know what the upgrades are, or like what the benefits are, if you go to any of the blocks and you go down here and you click on the red question mark, it gives you a good overview of what the block does, how they're needed, and we can see here at level 1, the number of stacks a courier can carry at any time depends on their hut level. So level 1, they get 1 stacks, 2 stacks, 3, 4 stacks, and all that. Okay. How do I change the priority? We don't have to worry about the priority stuff. As all workers do, they level up. Okay, cool. Oh, what was that last bit? However, their levels cap at the level of their home. Thus, if they are unhappy with their living conditions, they will stop leveling until they find their housing. Okay, so it's based on housing, like everything else. All right, cool. So, they get some stacks. Other people get better tools and like mine faster, build faster. Guards get access to better equipment and they can also level up. And I don't think we have any druids, and they don't have to worry about that. So that is cool. Okay, awesome. Yes, 10 out of 10. So I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to be upgrading all of the base buildings we've already put in. Quote unquote, we'll call it infrastructure week. Midway through the season, I'm still attempting to accomplish the whole 10 episodes mashing everything together, so hopefully that works out for me. So I'm going to do all that. We're going to get all of the guard towers in so that we have the entire island to work with, and those will also get upgraded. We're definitely going to be upgrading those as well because we're getting close. It hasn't happened yet, but raids from like barbarians and pirates is for sure going to start happening soon. I don't know if the trigger is based off of like how many buildings you have, or if you start upgrading things, or size. In the past, every time I build a residence is usually what kicks it off. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about me and my luck with that, but whenever I build a residence for the first time, usually the following night, bam, smacked with a raid. So I've been trying to hold off on that, but I'm going to put them all up there, which I think will go really, it'll, I think, just look really good. And then I don't know if I'm going to do like a water elevator or something like that. I don't even think the colonists will use a water elevator if I put it in. I think it would just strictly be for me, but we'll definitely probably have a builder's hut up there as well, since more builders equals, you know, being able to have more buildings going and upgrading and all that other kind of fun stuff, since I'm only limited to 1 right now. But as we expand, I'm definitely going to want to get the 1 here, the 1 over here in the crafting, and then 1 up on top of the peninsula, or rather the plateau. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. Gonna get all the guard towers. They'll also be upgraded. I don't think I'll include that in the time lapse, mostly because if we go and look at what it actually takes, because going from like level 0 to level 1, there's not much in the way of like materials. Usually it's level 1 to level 2, we'll start seeing some more of the actual design elements come out when it comes to these builds. But we can take a look here. Build options. If I were to upgrade, we get another bed, a rack for storage, and some more stairs and everything like that. So nothing too crazy, But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what a future me when it comes to editing looks like, since that's a future me problem, not current me problem. So, with that being said, we're going to kind of jump right on into time-lapse mode. I have already gathered a good chunk of all the materials that's needed. Ooh, let me come over this way. Which actually, as I was gathering all the materials, just real quick, because one of the things I was talking about in like one of the first episodes was over here in the supply camp, which I think this will probably be the last episode the supply camp exists here. I want to like take this down and turn this into like a park or like a welcoming dock area or something for that. But I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh man, like look at all this stuff that's on it that just like exists and all of that, like what's going on here? Yeah, so this is just like what ends up happening in racks in this version of Minecolonies. If there are like things on it that just like exist, it just displays stuff, but it doesn't actually display what's actually there, which was very confusing. I thought it, like in some of the other mods that I've played with Minecolonies, it'll actually display the items or just like boxes if there's just things on it, not this assortment of cake and iron blocks and torches and whatever else is here. So that was pretty confusing for me, but I figured it out after I built my warehouse and started throwing a whole bunch of stuff in it. And I figured I would kind of say that because it was the, you know, case of the missing tools and whatnot that existed. Was very confused. So we're definitely going to go ahead. We're going to get that going and started. So I'm going to hand it over to Editor Me to talk about the music of the week and whatever else we got going on. So talk to you guys here in a bit. And we are back, everybody. Oh my goodness, that's oh, we've done a lot. I don't even know where to begin. So I hit the numbers. So I got 16 buildings, or rather 16. Oh man, and that guy is sick. Well, okay. Well, first we'll talk about what we did real quick, which you kind of only saw part of with the time lapse, but. And you can kind of, we'll get to that over there. That's a whole thing as well. So, managed to do 16 buildings. The 8 original buildings that we have all been upgraded to level 3. We've also removed the supply camp, and not counting the guard towers, but all the guard towers are also level 3, and we added a few more. Yeah, like we've done a lot. We've done a lot. But real quick, this is something that's actually kind of important. When they have these little bubbles like this, it means they're sick. And yeah, he wants me to go and kill some zombies and stuff like that for him, which I've been slowly working on. But they're gonna need a hospital, or they're gonna need you to give them a potato and a carrot. So that's good to know. I'll have to go and grab one of those. But so okay, yeah, we have done quite a bit. The style is slowly starting to come together with all the cobblestone. The tavern's over there looking pretty snazzy. The forester, all that kind of stuff. Oh, it's just it's looking really good. In fact, what do we got going on here? Oh, more people are sick. The builder's sick. What's the builder need? Okay. Does he have like an open request? He doesn't. He's sick. Okay, cool. I will have to, everyone's getting sick. Hospital's gonna have to be built. So, we have kind of essentially done infrastructure week on the Minecolonies server. A few things that I've done also is, if we come over here, slowly been modifying like the world, getting some paths started laid out of like, we replaced our supply camp with a park. Started doing a little bit of terraforming over here. I'm gonna make this like a nice little like pond, maybe like a little feature. We're gonna get some paths going around. There's gonna be some more path stuff over in this particular side as well. I got some stairs in. We're gonna be messing around with having more just ease of being able to do things. And on top of that, last time I talked about wanting to open this up a little bit so we have an easier way to get in and out. This is fantastic. Can't believe it took me so long to do that. And we'll get over to that side as well. But all in all, yeah, no, it has been an episode. Let me tell you guys, like we've been farming, we've been putting everything up, watching buildings go. We only have one builder, which is probably one of the hardest things about this. Is usually, I think at this point, I'm going to be looking at getting another builder hut, as well as getting a hospital and some residences. Like, those are going to be the big things that are going to have to come in the next episode. And of course, because we can get everything up to level 3, we're going to have to get everything up to level 3 at the same time. So yeah, I've been doing a little bit of stuff. Got some pathways and everything. I was experimenting a little bit with like potentially like water feature sort of clutter, so to speak. Make it feel like there's like a water way running around, especially since this whole bowl is supposed to be a crafting area. We're gonna get like the blacksmith, we're gonna get the all the metallurgy stuff, the flower shop, everything like that. We're gonna get that in there. One of the things I do want to call out though here is going to be the courier shop. So one of the really cool things about the courier shop and why I was actually kind of super stoked and I built it where I did is because the courier has built-in rails, which is really, really neat, which means the idea here with this colony style is that the courier, yes, can run places, but ideally we're going to want to set up these rails so they can use the rails. But by default, our colonists, they can't use rails. They can't. How do we get them to use rails? We have to build a university, and they got to get some learning. They got to do that whole learning thing, hit the books, all that kind of fun stuff. And that's actually quite a tall order because I don't know where I'm going to put a university. But that's one of the really cool things about the courier at level 3 is that actually puts the rails down, which means we're definitely going to want to be utilizing this and building up not like a subway system, but like a rail system to allow our courier to get to faraway places, which will become very important soon-ish as we continue scaling everything up. On top of that, we've got this platform that goes all the way up to the upper plateau, which is fantastic. We'll go up there in a moment. We got more. The restaurant has been upgraded, which is really cool. I really like the way the restaurant looks, and this guy's doing exactly what I was envisioning that would happen. Is they'd just be like looking out over this here, this corner, looking out over the bay. Really, really nice. Huge fan. Huge fan. More guard towers we got all around here, kind of like dotting around the entire perimeter, which have turned out fantastic. And I'm going to open up the wand once we get up there so you can see just how big everything encompasses, which will give you a better understanding of where we're going to be going in the next few episodes. So let's go ahead and make our way up this right here. I still have to come back and like fix this. I don't know what it is when it comes to like placing these things, but for whatever reason, the fence posts don't want to connect the way that they're supposed to connect with like how you layer these things on top of one another. It ends up breaking things. So like I have to figure out why that is and come back through and fix it. And I've usually been doing it like one step at a time, but you know, it is what it is. Having only one builder, oh, I messed this one up. Having only one builder usually equates to taking a very long time to get a lot of things done, especially when they have to clear everything out. So got a double fence thing. I could just like take that off and like do whatever. But we're all the way up here on the plateau. We're getting closer to the clouds, which looks really good. We also have this like peak up over here. I've already kind of went through a lot of what the style pack has, and the Mystic Tower, Enchanter's Tower, I think is what it is. The Enchanter Tower is gonna go up over on that one. Like it fits so perfectly with like the overall vibe, and it just would be like a capstone to the entire colony that like it's perfect. We gotta put that over there. However, up on this one, I'm looking at doing, most likely, we're going to get some residences, just a few of them. From how I've viewed the residences, they're actually designed in a way with like being put into some cliff faces. So that's going to be a lot of fun to kind of build those out. And for right now, we only have that one way up, which is over on the, what side is that? Is this north? No, that's not north. That's west, south. So on the south side of our little like Savannah, Highland Savannah thing, we have like another hole like this and a hole like this. And so I built it up over on that south side, but there are a few holes like here, and then there's one a little bit further north as well that currently debating on if I'm going to do another one of those giant climbs, so it's just a giant spiral staircase all the way up, yeah, like right over here, or if I want to go about trying to figure out like another way, or maybe it's like just on the north side and the south side, it's just like two of those giant pillars of acacia wood or something like that. But let's go ahead, we're gonna stand up here at the tippy top and we're gonna bust out the build wand and we can see just how big our borders are. Boom, look at this. Ooh, Huge. So at this point now, we have the entirety of our... it's not really an island because like we are connected to other bits and pieces of land, but we have all of this. This is all ours to do with what we want, which is fantastic. Oh my goodness, it's so good. And I was also looking at a few of the other bits and bobs of what we could potentially do. And so like, I'm looking at this over here off to the east of us. Yeah, the east of us. And I'm like, what if I put like a giant quarry over here and then like a rail system to connect back up? That could be kind of cool. Or maybe the quarry goes over here. Not too sure. One of the, I think, problems that I am running into currently with where I am is there's a lot of pockets of water immediately below us. And so when I'm mining and or the miner is mining, we're running into these pockets, these huge like things of water, which definitely put a hamper on like absolutely everything. So that's you know, one of those like not a huge fan of this sort of situation. And so I'm like, how do I figure out the best way to keep getting those raw materials over? Because we're gonna need a lot of stone, we're gonna need a lot of ore, we're gonna need, you know, more wood and everything like that. Oh man, we gotta get farms and stuff like that going too. And so like, I'm like, do I put like a quarry over there? But then that's like out of build range for sure. Do I like, and the quarry is huge. Like I don't even have the, actually can I? Because it's over here. Is it fields? No, it is infrastructure, mine shafts. Oh, I can't even show it because I don't have the quarry block. But like here, so this right here is the quarry shaft, right? You're like, oh, this isn't too bad, right? And then we can just, we move it out. And then we realize just how big the quarry is. And you're gonna be like, wow, okay. The quarry goes down pretty darn far, right? It does. Look how big this thing is. This is the shaft. There's something that sits on top of it, right? Like how the miner has its building, there's a quarry. The quarry sits on top of this and it just goes straight down that far. Like, look how far this goes down. That is crazy. Crazy. Look at that. Look at that. That's insane. And so I'm like, all right, where does this go? Right? Like where do we put a quarry of this size? Like, I can't put it in a mountain. I can't do that. Like that's like an inverted skyscraper. That's what? But anyways, so I was taking a look at those things. I was taking a look at like the farms and stuff. So I'm thinking what we're going to have up here, we're going to have the residences. We're going to have a nice smattering of residences. That'll be really nice. It'll keep them relatively close to their, you know, the places that they'll work, which will be really good, all things considered. And then I'm also thinking, because I don't know if I'm going to actually bring the stairs down here, right? Like I was just saying, like I have these two holes, and I have the other one over there on the north side. I'm thinking the north side will also get a stairway up, similar to what we have on the south side. And I'll just fill these holes in, and then go about using the space, that flat area, to put some farms, some little farms and stuff like that, which I think would be a better use of this space. So then we'll have a couple residences, level those bad boys up to 3, allow us to start scaling up our population. And then I'm going to get a couple more residences, I think, over here along the side of this mountain, because they're allowed to be built in to the mountain, which is really, really cool. And we'll do that as well. The one thing I wish, I thought I just fell to my death. Oh boy. The one thing that I really wish existed in this pack, and I'm not seeing it, and it makes me want to go look at a couple of the other packs, is I'm looking for like a bridge, like a sky bridge type thing, because I'm looking over here, right, and I'm like, oh man, like, don't get me wrong, we'll put some stairs and we'll like we'll smooth this out and everything like that in a nice path, kind of like winding its way up over through here. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, what if, you know, right here, look, from right over here, what if this is like the start of a bridge and it goes from this point over to there? And I was hoping like maybe one of the style packs had something, and I don't think they do, so I'm gonna have to come up and like actually figure out a acacia looking like rope bridge that would go across. So I gotta figure that one out. But oh my goodness, yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So the residents, the farms are gonna go up here, which I think is a good use of the space, and it also feels pretty nice. It hides a lot of that like cultural stuff. I mentioned this before we went into the time lapse, but like we're making sure we get our guard towers up. We're wanting to make sure we get those guys properly outfitted with gear, because barbarians are going to show up. And as I went into doing the time lapses, parking my little camera over the buildings and stuff, we actually managed to find a barbarian spy, and it was part of a larger group. So that's one, horrifying. Mostly because, oh god, I hate the barbarians. They just come in and they just ruin everybody's day. It's a whole thing. It's just, ugh. But because of that, the raids are going to be coming. I really do think as soon as I put like the first residence down is going to be like what kicks it off. Like that night, I guarantee it, I'm gonna get hit with like a raid or something like that. I feel it in my little bones that that's what's gonna happen to me. So we have a lot more guards. They're outfitted. They're running around. They're doing their things. This guy's still sick. I got to deal with that. And we should be in a good spot. We'll end up having to figure out where like a barracks is going to go. I don't know how big this barracks is, but it might end up just being like down here. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what's the best for like a trade district and all that other kind of stuff. So I don't know. Anyways, it's been a wonderful Monday. Thank you guys so much for like tuning in, hanging out, all that kind of fun stuff. I hope you guys enjoy the music recommendations. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the start of the week. If you enjoying maybe like the last bit of winter, if that's a thing that's going on for you. I've been hearing there's a lot of snowfall going on all over the place. So, stay warm, stay cozy. If you have any song recommendations, drop those down in the comment below. And if maybe there's something you want to see, maybe you know of a style pack that like is going to help achieve like a nice cohesive look with everything that we got going on here in the Savannah, by all means, please drop that down below as well, because I would love to take a look at it. Other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of fun YouTube stuff. If not, I personally just like the music recommendations. Those are fantastic. But if not, no worries. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.